everything that will help you run a successful barbering business. Whether you're thinking about opening a shop or a studio, or you're an experienced barber already running a business, I'm sure there's something that you can pick up from this video. Training and experience. The first thing I would do is get myself into a busy barbershop in your local area. Go to a busy barbershop, ask to go and help out, do 5 days a week, as many days as you can. You will get familiar with the environment of a barbershop. You will get familiar with the barbers cutting hair. You'll be able to see what they are doing. Before you even cut hair, you need to watch how it's been cut. My first job was literally going into a barbershop asking, I want to be a barber. Can I come and learn here? And he said, great, okay, come next week. I was still getting paid for it. I was getting paid to be there, sweeping, making coffees, taking payments, as well as watching the barbers cut hair. And once a week, I could get a model into the shop, and I would be able to cut his hair, and he would overlook it. He would watch me and teach me how to do it. So that's 1 or 2 clients a week. I was able to do that, and that led me on to booking my first barbering course. So if you're a new barber, you want to have a barbering course booked alongside with your shop experience. So get yourself booked onto a barber course. I'm sure you can find loads around your area in your local city. Invest in yourself. So I went to Vidal Sassoon in London, which is a very, very renowned, world famous hair academy, one of the most expensive training centers for hairdressing and barbering. And I did their course. I did their intensive cut course to start with. That was for 3 weeks, and that really set the tone for me to be confident at cutting hair. So the course was 5 days, Monday to Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday I would be at the shop. So it was crazy hours. I just had to do it, get it done, work. I had the resilience because I know I wanted to be a barber. It's what I wanted to do. So yeah, training and experience. I spent 2.5 years at the barbershop after I was confident and I was cutting walk-in clients. The owner started me with easy cuts like grade 1 all overs, grade half all overs, grade 2 all overs, something simple. Then I moved on to pensioners and kids cuts. He could see that's an easy cut, I could do it. He would be like, okay, call the next person and do the haircut. And that way I had that slow progression of learning and cutting at the same time. I eventually moved on to proper haircuts. Like anyone can walk in with a haircut, I would cut it and I would have no problem. And eventually I managed to move on to the beards because I found that was the most difficult part of the service. Looking back now, I think the beards are the most satisfying and one of the more easier things to do rather than the haircut, some of the haircuts. But at that time, I was not confident at doing beards. Using the razor, oh my God, I struggled to use the razor so much. He had me practicing on the balloon, so I would go on the balloon and razor the balloon so I don't pop it, and that would me practicing with the razor. That's not the same as practicing on the real person, and I think the real person does make a huge difference. But you have to practice on a balloon for you to be confident enough to do it on a real person. It's the most dangerous tool in barbering, and if you're not careful, it can cause a lot of damage. The little things that I did at the shop when it was not busy: grab a scissors and grab a comb and just go with the scissors and comb up and down constantly, getting me used to moving the scissors and comb together. Once I was confident at doing the haircuts and the beards, I was taking every client in. I was in the shop, I was really busy. I could see people were waiting for me. They wanted me to cut their hair, and which was an absolute achievement. When someone walks in and they say, oh, they want me to cut their hair, and your sense of achievement, it blows your mind. It's the best feeling ever. You work so hard to get to where you are, and it really shows. It really, really does show. Started with no experience, and here I am 5 years later with my own studio, a very, very, very busy studio where I work on my own with one chair. Marketing. So the next thing, if you're a new barber and if you're thinking about opening up your own barber studio, get the marketing right. I want you to build up your social media. I want you to be posting every single day, taking pictures of the haircuts every single day. When I was learning to cut hair, my boss would tell me, my trainer would tell me, is to take pictures of every single haircut that you do. Then you can look back and reflect how you did, how you improved. And it's a really, really good journey of you seeing improvements week by week, month by month. And even to this day, I will take pictures. Barbering is a constant learning thing. If you think you've learned it all, don't think you're going to succeed. It's an evolving fashion of things that needs to be continuously learned to thrive. And you can see that if people that are still doing it the old ways, they are left behind. People want new barbers that can do those really sharp skin fades, that can do the really sharp lineups, build up an Instagram page, post every day, interact with other barbers in your area or around Instagram, interact with everyone, ask questions, ask loads of questions. If you've transitioned from a barbershop to a studio, most of your clients will follow you because they are there for you. They want the haircut from you. So don't worry about, oh, the location's too far or this and that. Most of them, not 100%, most of them will follow you. I have clients that travel 6 miles, 10 miles for me. Build a really good website. Build a Google page and build a really good website. If you can do it yourself, do it yourself, because at this stage you want to watch your budget and how much you spend on your business initially to start with. So I would say build your own website, tweak it, get the basic out there, set up a Google business page where they can see where you are and start linking the website and the Google page together. Do loads of writing, do some blogs, do some articles, write about yourself, write loads of things. Give them a breakdown of the history of what you've done as a barber, how you were trained and what you did to get to where you are. Tell a story, basically. You want a story to your audience of who you are, what you do, and where did you come from. You say you've set up your own barber studio and now you want to get new clients in. And like this studio, it's not a shop front, so people that are walking, they will not be able to see. So you need to make sure your online presence is very, very good. All the pictures are high quality, all the videos are high quality. Everything that you post it's clear what you're trying to portray, which is a clean barber studio. Run Facebook and Instagram ads. What you're going to do is get a picture of yourself at the studio, headshot. Write a post of who you are, where the studio is, what do you offer, and how they can book. And run the ad into your local area. Spend some money, I don't know, £50, £100, £200, whatever you want. Spend the money and have that ad link back to your Instagram page or your website or your booking page. I would say to your Instagram profile, because they're going to click on your Instagram profile, swipe, look at all the different haircuts that you've done, and they'll choose to book according to that. So make sure your Instagram page is really clean and run paid ads to start with. Another key ways to gain new clients is to go around the local businesses and introduce yourself. Tell them who you are. Go spend some money in your local businesses. So when I first started the studio, I went around all the local coffee shops, all the different bars, all the different restaurants, and I would spend money there. I would grab a coffee and introduce myself in conversation, and then that will lead any of the people that work there, they will come to you for a haircut. So the coffee shop where I get my coffee from, the people that are working there, they come to me for the haircuts. The restaurant that's down the road, I've spent money on there, they come to me now for a haircut. So you basically just want to talk to everybody about your studio, what you do, and do not shy away from the conversation. Just tell them what you do, and have a card ready for you to go. So I have business cards always with me whenever I'm out. So if anybody asks what I do, and it leads to a conversation. They'll be like, oh, where can I book? You hand them the card. There's the link. Scan QR code. Book your haircut with me. So the facilities and tools, they are gonna vary to where you are and your location. So I have a studio It's a very decent space for one chair. I managed to find that on the local directory. Here it's called the Right Move in the UK, Right Move. So you just went on there, businesses, small offices for lease to rent. And I came in. I had a look. I had a plan of where I'm going to put things and what. And I signed the papers back then. I did a bit of negotiating on the price, and I signed the paper after my first viewing. And the following week, I got the keys and I got started. It's very scary, nerve-wracking, and the best feeling I think ever. So I broke the news to my boss that I'll be parting ways, and he wasn't sad. He wasn't upset. He was like, "Well done. I hope it goes well for you." And we are still friends. My old boss is still friends with me. We still talk. We still communicate, and we'll talk to each other about anything that we can help each other on. The tools are pretty simple. Have all your basics: your clippers, your trimmers, your scissors, your combs, hair dryer, all the basic things. You want to get a good barbering chair. That's where you're going to do your job properly. If you have a crappy barber chair and it doesn't go up and down, it's not going to be comfortable at all. You want a nice, comfortable barber chair where you can adjust the position. It's comfortable. You can recline it back to do the beard. So yeah, invest most of the money will be on a barbering chair. And you don't need to go fancy with the stations, the tables. You can go to the local shops, local suppliers, like I did. There's a Wix, Homebase, B&Q, anything like that. Go get a table, go get some cool chairs, coat hanger, mirrors, and that's it. Table, mirrors, chairs, that's all you need. I've got 2 chairs where clients are waiting because I don't have more than one client here at a time. Only when there's a transition period between appointments will I have 2 people in the studio, excluding myself. But yeah, those are the facility part of the business. So I've got the lease of the premises. I invested into all the different tools, and had it put together. I've got a friend to help me put it together. Lighting was key. Don't get a ring light. Get a soft light. That's gonna make much big difference. That's the mistake I made. I got one ring light. I got another ring light, and both, it's just too harsh of a lighting. It's not comforting for the client, and the light is too harsh. You want to get a nice soft light that will make it easy for you to work, and the pictures and the videos will come out really, really well. I've got a product shelf over in the background, as you can see. So whatever I'm using on the clients, I'm ready to sell. Basically, you wanna have it in hand, ready to sell to your clients. Just gives you an extra income, extra bit of money, and it helps the client with conveniency. They're happy to pay £1 more where they could get it cheaper in the supermarket for their conveniency, and you recommending them. So don't be scared to stock up on products and sell them. The next thing is booking system. This is very, very important. When I started my studio, I knew I had to get the right booking system. There's loads of booking systems out there. Pick one and stick to it and refine it. I personally chose a Square appointment system, and I refined it. There's loads of settings you can do. I can do a whole separate video on how to set up a services and pricing and everything like that. But the main aim of the booking system is for your clients to have an easy time booking a haircut, an easy time rescheduling a haircut, an easy time to paying for the appointment. So my booking system allows clients to book at their leisure, pay for the appointment, as well as reschedule or cancel the appointment without having to call me. So Square does a really good job of that. Square also sends out a reminder a day before the appointment, so that way have no shows. But the first thing I did on my appointment was I took 100% payment of the appointment if they booked online. So if a client books online, they have to pay 100% of the appointment, stops from any no-shows or any silly bookings. You don't want any of that at your early stage of your business. That's the booking system. And I have that booking system linked to my Instagram, my website, my Google page. so it's very easy for them to find and click. And yeah, so and I'll get a notification on my phone every time I get a new booking. And yeah, when you've opened a new business and you get that notification, it's one of really good feelings. So yeah, get a good booking system. I use Square, but I use Appointments by Square. I'll leave a link up for that down below as well. Next thing we're going to talk about is the customer experience. So your job as a barber is not to give just a great haircut, but leave a lasting impression from the moment they've stepped foot in the door and to the moment they've stepped foot out the door. Your job is to make sure they have an unforgettable experience. How do you do that? Well, firstly, as they walk in, you want to give them a firm handshake. Look at them in the eyes. A firm handshake. Say your name. I normally say, "Hi, Gulam, nice to meet you," and they'll respond with their name, and then you go from there. I normally tell them, hang your jacket and then have a seat when you're ready. Once they're sat in the chair, you want to ask them the question: where did they find you? Where did they come from? Was it a friend's recommendation, or was it online? Was it the reviews they read? What were the haircuts they saw on your Instagram? Yeah, and then you start with the consultation. You want to have a good 5 to 10 minute consultation. I would say no longer than 5 minutes. It depends on how long you've booked out the haircuts. When I was starting, I booked out 45 minutes for appointments, 45 minutes to an hour, because I know that I wanna get the most out of everybody that's coming into the studio, and I want to spend a lot of time with the consultation and the haircuts. I know it takes me about 30 minutes max to do a full haircut. Look at a 45-minute appointment. That way it gives me a 5-minute transition between appointments, 5 to 10 minutes to do the consultation, and the rest of the time to do the haircut. Consultation is really important part of the business, as you are now getting to know the client, what they would like to do. You want to ask them as many questions as you want, but you can ask questions like, oh, what do they do, lifestyle, and how often they take care of their hair, or what they do to style their hair, or how they wear their hair. Is there 2 ways of wearing their hair? Is there 1 way? Do they like a messy look, or do they like a professional look? You can generally create a profile of the client by asking all these questions, and then you can judge how to do the haircut. So if someone comes in and wants a skin fade, if they want a skin fade, generally it's a sharp line around the temples, it's really sharp, getting in super sharp. But if someone that comes in for a 2 back and sides or a 3 back and sides, short back and side, you're not going to go super sharp, digging into the temple areas to make it super sharp, because that's not the look they're going for. So you have to judge on the client's profile on the haircut that you are going to do. Finish the haircut, then what you want to do is finish it off with products, hairspray if they want, aftershave. Make sure all the hair is off their body, so all around the neck area and the ears. Use a brush, use a hairdryer. Make sure you brush away all the hair that you've cut from their face, ears, and neck. Once they are done, hand them the mirror. So what you want to do is hand them the mirror. They can have a look from the front, how it is, and then take the mirror back and then show them the back. That way you've given them the mirror, they could have a proper look, and you've shown them the back. Once that is done, before they leave, your first question will be, when would you like to rebook, or how often do you get a haircut? That will lead them to think about when they're going to book their next haircut. You can even start those 2 lines as you are finishing up the haircut, before you show them the haircut. Or when do you normally get a haircut? Is it every 2 weeks? Is it every 3 weeks? Or what do you do? Right, great. Shall we put one in the diary, pencil it in, and then you can reschedule it if you want, or you can cancel it. It's up to you. It's a great way to have it in the diary, so they'll come back to you. They'll regular book into you. So that's the goal. That's the goal, is to get them back into your chair by asking the question, would you like to rebook? The last thing I want to say is, if you've got a new business in barbering, is to be flexible. Work 7 days, be available 7 days a week, be available on a Monday evening, be available Sunday morning, just be available anytime that anybody that needs a haircut. because most of the time barbershops and businesses are closed on Mondays and Sundays, and you want to be open 7 days a week and take this opportunity to entice any clients that can't get a haircut anywhere else to come to you. That is pretty much it. It's more of me giving my experiences and my thoughts on the business side of barbering. I will do another longer video and break down every little details of how you can do things differently. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments, and I'll reply to all of them. I'll reply to every single comment. So if you think you've got a silly question, don't worry, just ask. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and be sure to subscribe, like, if you found some value from this video, just subscribe and like and leave a comment. So much more. All right, thank you very much. Take care.